it's always good to do a 10 years vision. One is that 10 years is not too long, but also not too small. So it's something that somebody can easily grasp within their mental scope. Okay? So we are working on 10 years vision. So we're looking at software solutions. So one of the things that has to be clear to us is, what should our software be doing? Now, see something too, it's because a lot of times people think they have clear goals or vision. What you find out is when you actually start to ask them, that they just realize, see, we don't actually have this thing. We've been assuming that we have it. Because it should be that I say, okay, in the next 10 years, what is your vision? You should be saying 1, 2, 3. Do you understand? Because if you don't define it clearly, okay, we want to be a software solution company, and because you want to be a software solution, this is the problem that we want to be solving for our customers. It has to be very clear to you guys, so that any day you wake up and you're coming to work, you know that I'm building a company that is supposed to, maybe software that would, let's look at staff tracking. That's okay, we want to develop a software that will be tracking staff performance. If I have a small business, for instance, and I have 20 staff, how do I know that they're actually working? How do I assess their performance? So you can say, okay, we want to actually, while we are doing hardware to help keep our body and soul, but in the next 10 years, we want to develop a software that will be tracking staff performance. Because this is so serious. For instance, I'm not saying that this is what you guys should do. One of our clients today is deciding to install trackers in all the vehicles of his staff, of his sales team, because he wants to know where they are. There was a story that it was, I don't know, maybe you might not remember it, back then in Swift Talk. Was it Titus or Swift Talk? Where somebody that they will go to their house and they are playing game, and every time they are sending in reports, wonderful reports. So it's something like that. Is you can say, okay, this was a problem we encountered in our previous work life, and that we are sure that despite our tushness where we are coming from, we were having this problem. What of companies that are not so tush like us? So is there a way that we can, not the conventional tracker, but a software that can show us at the end of each day, give us a graph? Yes, so you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that this person in terms of by 1 a.m. was at this point, but 2 a.m. was doing this, so that the owner of the business can, maybe after 3 months, draw a chart and see, by looking at this person, you know that he has more trough than peaks. So you can look at, okay, we want a solution or a software that can do this. So it's about saying, okay, for us, our vision has to be, we want to do software solution. But the software solution, is it clear to us? Because what I want you guys not to get into the trap of, is what's in the book of Matthew, where he was saying, what you eat, what you wear. Most people don't realize it, but before you know it, what you eat, what you wear takes over your vision. And because you are focused on this, and one day you wake up and see that 60 years has gone, and all you have to show for your life is what you've eaten and what you've worn. So the vision has to actually be very clear to you that this is what I want to achieve over the next so and so period. So what do you guys now want to achieve in the next 10 years? So we've looked at number one, software solution. So what is the second thing that we'll look at? Sorry? So what I don't want you guys to do is to give generic answers. And at this stage, you guys should be speaking like husband and wife, completing each other's statements. Whereby you say, what we want to do is, if you are saying IT, you are finishing support. And I'm not saying IT, you are saying outsourcing. You understand? So you guys need to harmonize this thing clearly that, okay, if we are doing IT support, what does it mean to us? IT support can mean anything. Because the world of IT is actually very large. You now be, okay, this is the niche we want to play. And in this niche, this is what we want to do. Our IT support is maybe the human resource to support their IT. Do you get? Because it has to be in this big ocean. This is the niche where we want to play. If not, you'll be saying in the whole niche of IT infrastructure, we do IT support. But then there's no area that you are very, So you guys break the IT support for me. What does it mean? What do you mean by first level support? Okay, wait, so that, explain to me what she's trying to explain.
Contact center, like she's talking about, I'll give an instance for example, where if you have issues with your ATM and first point of call, that customer service, you know, you are asked to your ATM or account number.
Now, see the mistake a lot of people make, which you guys might make if you go in that line, is when Greece, Alexander the Great was fighting the Persians, you know, he defeated King Darius, and that was how Greece tried to rule the world. He said that, let's say this was the size of the Persian army, this was the size of Alexander's army. Now you expect there's no way you see an army of this size would defeat an army of this size. So what he did was that Alexander found out where is the strongest small unit among these guys that all of them respected. Found out that almost all of them was here. So what he did was channel his energy towards this small unit. The moment he kicked these guys out, everybody took out. What I'm saying is, don't try to swallow the elephant whole. Clearly define, because if you said, okay, we want to do call center support, I know there are big players already operating there. So, no, see what I want at this stage, which is why God wanted us to do this thing this morning. What she has in mind concerning the business must be what you have in mind concerning the business.
It's what? It's not.
Should be what?
Yes, I know what she has in mind. I was giving an instance with the contact center because she mentioned contact center. Okay. But I understand what the IT support we are looking at. What is the difference between contact center and IT support? Contact center is just a service. IT support is a service. It's 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 a servi The first level support is more of where the users, there are some people that all they do is tellers. They don't know how to even plug or anything on their systems. So they depend on the IT, the first level support. Which was the bank, all they do is I cannot print, I cannot do that, I cannot even put it on my system. So those are basically what the first level support is.
Now, also let's look at that first level support, because while you are looking at your vision, you should look at what can knock your vision out of existence. For instance, you do the first level support, as you call it, first level support, which is plugging in, and you ask yourself, is it possible that a company decides to do intensive training for their staff on that first level distance? If they do the intensive training, will your services still be needed? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So which means the level of threat to this is very high. So if it's part of your core vision, then it means that ask yourself, what is the threat level to this vision I have? Is it a vision that I wake up one day and I find out that it has disappeared? So for me, yes, this one, but also don't build the foundation of your house on it. So what else? We are still on trying to clarify your vision. So the key area you are saying is software. So what's the definition of healthy?
When I mean healthy, it is an organization that does so much of buying and selling. You can have a food store and it has some amount of but you don't know what is happening behind
Now, so my first, we are focused on this, and like what you guys said initially is that your core this thing is on the financial sector. Now, what you are trying to explain, do you think is a problem somebody in finance will have?
I should be able to get those dividends out of it by the end of the year. And if you don't have that system that tells you, okay, this unit, and maybe let's make 1 unit.
Now, so see what I want you to explain to me is that problem that you are trying to solve. Explain it to me in 2 lines. A solution that does this, and it makes very clear to me. Do it now.
Okay, do it now.
Yes.
Wow. A solution that tells you that
is part of the reason why this clarification of vision is very important.
Yes, a solution that tells you that your investment or the money you're putting in
So for me, what I see is that a solution that actually tells you the performance of your invested capital.
That I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And on that, we need to can also tell you, just like we started this can actually tell you where there are performance gaps, you know.
So the question now is, the area is it an area you people feel that we really want to focus on over the next 10 years? And also ask yourself, since we launched, what effort have we made to actually develop this? Is there any way you guys have written this thing down? So I want you guys now, probably we'll meet again by this time tomorrow again. So that by then I want you to have looked at the vision first and say, this is what we want to be known for in the next 10 years. Yeah, so if it's in performance tracking, want to be the best software company that does performance tracking. We want to be the best software company that tells small businesses how their staffs are performing. But it's coming from me. I'm not saying that what you should do. Yeah. But you just need to clearly say that, okay, in the next 10 years, this is what. So that why is it very important that when you've clearly defined it and you can now put it in the scope of 10 years, every day you are coming to work, you are looking at this thing, okay, this is what we are going to, this is where we are going to. And it will also help you avoid when you are going off track. Such that if people clearly define this and have it very clear, even when you continue doing what you are doing currently, you just know that we are doing it on a temporary area. That this is not the substance of our organization. But if you don't define it clearly and you don't work on it daily, before you know it, one day you find yourself that we'll get open shop for Alaba. So it has to be very, very clear to you. Distractions and deviation from business don't just happen one day. It's just gradually. Before you know it, you wake up one day and see that where you are is way, way off from where you were planning to be. So, we'll take it up from tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.